Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Minecraft Dungeons, and today we're going to take a look at the ranged approach to playing the game. I've been really dominant on melee, trying to really spike up the survivability or damage or whatever, going into the group of melee and trying to survive that or kill them all, whatever. My brother texted me today and asked if it was possible to do a ranged build and run through the game as a ranged player, and he asked me what that would look like. So I'm gonna take a look at that. I ran through a dungeon not too long ago with that approach in mind. It's definitely a lot slower, meaning you can't just like blaze through it. Well, you could if you just have the triple cooldown armor here and just kind of do the same thing. But anyway, a couple things I want to talk about real quick. There's a thunderstorm going on right now where I live, so hopefully I can get through this video. If not, I'll just record it tomorrow. Because it's kind of annoying. I was halfway through the video and lost everything. So this is my second attempt at this video. Anyway, okay, so I want you to take a look at something here. One of the concerns was, is there going to be enough arrows in that drop? Generally, no, I don't think so. I think it takes more arrows to kill the mobs than there are that drop. However, there's some other things to be taken into consideration. So if you take the three artifacts here, the Flaming Quiver, the Torment Quiver, and the Fireworks Arrow. It is also very late. I apologize for all the yawning. When you activate those, it does not consume your arrows. So right now I've got 53 arrows. If I were to shoot a normal artifact empowered arrow, my count would go down. Right now, if I were to activate the Flaming Quiver, I get 7 new arrows, and as I fire these, my count of arrows down here does not decrease until once again I've run out of the artifact arrows, and then I will start losing regular arrows again. Another thing to keep into consideration is ammo, right? So we look at the ammo here, and of course when you select over here, it's always going to compare to what you're currently wearing, and then there's the enchants you got to keep in mind. So all of that's something to just kind of balance. If you could find one that's got decent power, decent speed, and quite a lot of ammo, you'll be set. So for example, this hunting bow, it's kind of interesting for pets. You know, this is designed for pets. Let's take a look at the enchants that's on here. Man, I'm going to be yawning a lot. That's not good. Okay, Infinity. When you have 3 levels, the third tier of enchant for Infinity, you have a 48, let's just say 50% chance to refund the arrow that you just spent. So effectively, you're going to have 50% more arrows than normal. So my 50 arrows here would be 75 on average. Now somebody's going to jump on and say, oh, that's not how that works. I know. Calm down. You're smart. I get it. Simply, over a long period of time, this is giving you 50% more ammo, right? Which means that you can last a lot longer in a dungeon with this enchant on. Theoretically, this could happen every single time, and you could never run out of arrows, or theoretically it could never happen, right? So with chances, with triggers and all that, that's how that works, right? Which is why I don't generally like them. Punch is good for range. It keeps enemies at bay. If you could have a slow effect that happened with the punch, 400% pushback, it blasts them into space. If you had a slowing effect on there, then that would be super effective for ranged weapons. Wild Rage, hitting an enemy has a chance to send it into a rage, making it hostile towards everyone. That is decent. It's kind of like a charm. Again, it's a 40% chance to trigger. You would probably want to stop shooting that guy until, just because everybody else would probably try and kill him. Radiance has no use for solo play. You are too far away, the range of the healing area is too far away, and it's not going to ever heal you. You would take a Radiant shot if you were in a group, and you had a friend of yours that was in melee, and you were shooting at the mobs that he or she was attacking. Now if you had like Ricochet or for example the chain reaction or piercing, something that hit multiple mobs, or bonus shot even, you know, the chance of this going off is 20% per arrow. So you could have a bunch of them going off. Now as it pierces, it's going to hit another mob and have another 20% chance. Or if it ricochets, it's going to hit another mob and have another 20% chance. So it's really good with all of these multiple things, but only if you're doing like a group play or something like that. So the one of the other things you would keep in mind when you're playing a ranged approach to the game is the effectiveness of each arrow that you shoot. So you're going to have to either increase the amount of arrows that you're carrying through the Infinity enchant, or you're going to need to make that single arrow do more work for you as you shoot it. Now keep in mind when you do, I believe when you have something like this, like a bonus shot, when you shoot that with your artifact weapons engaged, it will apply to your artifact weapons as well. Let's just find out. Okay, so I'm not going to have this anymore. We'll salvage that. Let's put this on, and let's put this on. Okay, I'm not going to use this weapon. I don't like hunters. Not for this anyway. So, as I shoot... Why are you not working? Oh. I don't know why this isn't going off. Well, let's just take a look and... Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Let's just go somewhere. We can always leave. But I kind of want to test this because I think this is true, but I'm not exactly sure. Okay, so as I come towards these mobs, I have a 100% chance to shoot a second arrow at a nearby enemy. That's just how the enchant works. And then it's damage per shot, right? So it's 24% damage. So we'll bring some guys through here, and as I shoot, it's shooting another arrow off at whoever else. So let's activate this and see if it shoots 2 arrows. It does. So again, that's like a lot more effectiveness, right? If we had Ricochet, it would also apply. Bonus shot's amazing for this, right? So let's grab some souls here. So we've got some souls coming in. We just now have enough to activate our soul weapon. Get through these creepers here. Okay, this is a great spot. So soul weapon, what this does is it pushes them back. That does shoot too. That's amazing. Look at that. It pushes them back and it goes through walls. So let's come over here and shoot this guy. It would go through the walls, which is really, really good. And, oh man, that's crazy. And the, what is that called? Whatever this is, the firework arrow, shoots 2 as well, which is really, really good. Now we're running into a problem here where we've got these spawners, and they're going to keep spawning stuff. Let's push them away and get rid of this spawner. That's what these arrows do, is push them kind of away from stuff. So we can finish this off. And then we can come down here and finish killing them. Oh, did that just actually kill them all? That's crazy. Okay, so I'm going to just say that bonus arrow is extraordinary on this. I would almost recommend that all the time. Having a bonus arrow, even if it's 25% damage of your normal arrow, who cares? Each of these is shooting 2 arrows every single time it happens. Okay, So the other enchants on here, that was Ricochet and Infinity, both extraordinary. You can't go wrong with any of those three. Supercharge is pretty good. As you know, you can charge up your bow and shoot it for extra damage. I think it works like this as well. So that was 2,700. Yeah, 1,900. That's great. Let's get rid of all these. And I don't know how to test this. Okay, so this is just one. Can I charge this up? Yeah, so that's 3,000 almost. And let's put on our cooldown thing here to kind of speed that up. And we'll test that again. Because supercharged, what that does is it increases the damage when you charge up your shots. Few shot is pretty good. Every few shots has a time charge that explodes. So like every third shot it explodes 1 second after impact, dealing 100% damage to nearby enemies. So it's really good for AoE clearing stuff. Gravity's okay. I don't understand the seconds that are applied to this. This should totally be range. In my opinion, they need to change this to be range. So like at the max level, like pulls the entire screen into one spot. That'd be really, really useful for group play and for solo play. I think that'd be really powerful. As it stands now, this effect pulls mobs into range towards the weapon's impact point. And I personally don't see the difference between 1 and 2 seconds. I don't understand the timing on that. Okay, let's take a look at the ammo here and the how many can I carry? So it's the same as the other weapon I had. We have a trick bow here, fires multiple targets. Yeah, let's get rid of that. Trick bow's really good. It naturally shoots multiple shots, right? Maybe it's because it hits multiple targets though, so it just has a base natural pierce to it, which is crazy. Okay, so we have accelerate, gravity, and punch. I'm gonna say punch is probably better here. Over here I would take bonus shot since it has piercing kind of built into it. If you watch as I shoot this guy, it goes through. And same with these. I think, no, they don't go through. Oh, they do. Yeah, okay. That's cool. And then radiance is bad. Power is good. Chain reaction is probably really, really good for this. This might be the weapon that I go with. This has ricochet and power. Tempo theft is not... It's okay, right? You end up moving faster the more you shoot stuff. This has really strong charged attacks, the longbow. But 2 enchants versus 3. Always going to pick the 3. Okay, this has infinity. And I have a really hard time. I would have a really hard time choosing these. I'd probably go ricochet bonus shot. I'm curious what that looks like. You know, if it goes through, if it shoots 2 targets, does the second target have a chance to ricochet? I don't know. But we're gonna go with the trick bow for now and salvage that. Let's pick punch. Or do I want to do accelerate? Accelerate's going to make me go through arrows faster. It's not going to increase my damage. My damage is really low with this weapon. Accelerate would be decent with slower shooting things, but remember that this resets after 1 second. So you want to have a weapon that shoots faster than every 1 second, because then this becomes really good. It makes that bow really, really good. Because the gravity's not that effective. Let's take this one, okay? And then I'm gonna go with the bonus shot since this is... We just saw how really good it was. And then I'm gonna do either chain reaction or power. 33% damage is really, really good versus a 30% chance to trigger 5 arrows in all directions. Chain reaction is probably going to be better for clearing mobs, getting to like a boss quicker. However, with this particular weapon, power's probably going to be better. Let's go try it out. I'm going to keep my cooldown, since I'm not expecting to get hit, let's keep the cooldown one on. I'm probably going to keep this armor forever until if I find something else that's equal. I'll probably use that. But let's go take a look. It's really hard for me to play this because I keep wanting to hit number 1 to blast through the level, but it's not going to make me move any faster. So I gotta be careful with this particular build since it's all ranged and all of my artifacts are ranged stuff. I gotta be careful because that means I don't have anything to get out of range. And my armor is not gonna protect me as much. Okay. So kind of what I'm doing with this build is just kind of I want to get stuff weak. I want to get stuff weak and then melee it. For now. Yeah, decent amount of knockback there, but he's still shooting me. That's the challenge, is like really tough guys. Wow. Why did I die? Did something shoot me? Okay, that was weird. Well. Okay, that cleared a lot of stuff. Oh, that guy probably. So now that's okay. It does shoot through walls, like it's supposed to. I suppose I can play a little bit faster. Man, that's so crazy to me. It's crazy to me that even these shoot too, because it's just like, I don't know, that just seems, look at that. I just sent a bunch of those off. Basically, I'm going to want to use these on cooldown. And the nice thing about the soul one is it's only limited by the number of souls you have. So if like you're collecting a lot of souls, it's going to be pretty good. Yeah. And remember, the last thing that you selected is what's going to be active. Okay, we got an electrified guy. I'm not getting a lot of healing from this. Let's see. See what I mean by this being a little bit slower. However, I have quite a lot of arrows, and I keep getting... Yeah. I think you'd have to be really good about dodging or paying attention to where enemies' attacks are coming from. We'll just have to play with some enchants and see. Trick shot's pretty good, it's just not doing a lot of damage. standing on the line of fire, and I don't know how consumables affect me at all. You know, like this here, the Shadow Brew. Oh well, it's gone since I ate. I didn't know eating an apple would turn that off. Now let's grab the Shadow Brew real quick. Do I do more damage? No. So Shadow Brew only increases your melee damage. Apparently. Launching those guys into space. I'm gonna have to play. Yeah, I'm gonna have to play with the enchants because I think that it would be effective to have chain reaction, probably. Now that I think about it, because you want as many arrows going off all over the place as you can. Where's that guy at? Oh, he's up there somewhere. Okay. Well, oh great. There's two of them. Also, you don't want to pick up TNT. TNT replaces the next arrow you're going to be shooting. So if you're using these to clear, I mean, unless you want to, you know, but it'd be really great if I could find a scatter shot bow, one that already like shoots multiple, hey, click it, shoots multiple arrows naturally. That would be great. Creepers have not been a problem unless I'm like running up into them, blowing up, you know, like I have been. Let's see, where is this guy at? Also, you can't like target bad guys like that. You gotta find them first and then you can shoot them. But melee guys aren't getting anywhere close. That's for sure. But yeah, look at this. I have plenty of arrows. So arrows just really aren't a problem. If you want to play this playstyle, you sure can. I'm getting plenty of them. Man, that's dumb that didn't do anything. That should have done a lot more damage. Yeesh. Where's this guy at? Let's see what that is real quick. 82. At this point, you know, I'm on Apocalypse difficulty, so it doesn't make any sense for me to grab anything that's less than 3 enchants. So even if I see something that's technically better or whatever, I think the 3rd enchant's gonna really be useful enough for me to wait for 3 enchants. I got a friend following me. All right. So yeah, this is definitely longer, which isn't necessarily bad, right? I kind of wish the cooldown for your enchanted your your quivers, started as soon as you use them, instead of like after you're done using up. Oh, wow. Look at this pig. He just straight up ran away. What's your goodies, dude? Yeah. This is actually really cool. Doing this because I'm getting like a really good understanding of ranged, right? Stuff that I didn't really understand before. Oh, that's right. I'm not seeing like a lot of ricocheting stuff. Even though I'm seeing it on the left, I'm not really seeing its effects in the game. Like, I'm not seeing flaming arrows really branching off and hitting anybody else. Maybe that's what happens when something dies like super fast. Whoa! Maybe it's like ricocheting off and killing each other. Like right there, okay, that's something I didn't think about that's really powerful. Okay, so let's say that this bush here and this cactus here are two mobs, right? I shoot one arrow at this guy, and it shoots the second arrow at this guy. Well, what happens if both arrows ricochet? And I'm pretty sure ricochet weapon is 100% damage. So even though this one is only 25% damage, its ricochet off to this guy is going to be 100%, and its ricochet from this guy to this guy is going to be 100%. Interesting. And that's one bad thing about, that's another thing I didn't think about, is if you're only fighting one monster, you're not shooting that bonus arrow. Anyway, well, I hope this is giving you an idea of like how your ranged play would look like, even if it's not exactly like how it, you know, the best options or whatever. Oh yeah, it is going through the ground. That's crazy. It makes these guys like a joke, right? So, especially this weapon, since it's naturally piercing, it makes those guys such a joke. I think it's safe to say I'm getting enough arrows. I've gained arrows in this dungeon overall. Well, like I said, you know, as long as you're using your artifact stuff, and you should on cooldown, then you're gonna be just fine. You won't run out of arrows ever. All right, dude. I'm getting hit with random arrows. Yeah, I don't know. I like it. Oh my goodness, look at these guys. I'm gonna be doing some work here, but I gotta not be hit by those. Look at that. That's crazy. Alright, I gotta get out of here. Did I kill any of them? I got one just now. Dude, 3 of those guys, that's brutal. Even in the melee, like that would have hurt. I think I fared pretty good. Alright, so we can snipe these guys from way over here if we wanted to. Push these guys off. Ooh, what? Come here. Dodge those arrows like a boss. Yeah, that knockback is pretty great. Oh my goodness. Alright, well I got him in there, so I'm not gonna worry about him. I think that's okay. You know, I think that's actually really good. I was a little concerned about, you know, running out of arrows or not being able to survive. But I think it's gonna be okay. Especially when I could just, you know, lay the arrows down. Just launch everybody into space. Yeah, I like that a lot. So one thing to keep in mind is the, man, look at all those ricochets. It's crazy. Sorry, my dog was, I thought she was trying to eat my computer. Anyway, so this thing here, the soul quiver, let's take a look at that real quick. So it has a 1 second cooldown with 2 arrows, I think is what it is. So it gives slow arrows that knocks back mobs and passes through walls. So if I was standing here and I had a mob standing right up back here somewhere and I tried to shoot him, I'd shoot the wall. But if I activated this and shot it through, it would go up and through the ground, which is really good. So I got 3 of those. Alright, let's see how well this clears. Oh, that freaked me out. Okay, not too bad. Ricochet was 22 times. Wow. So I don't know. I think as long as you're using the cooldowns effectively, I think you'll be all right. All right. Between Ricochet and... Are you seeing anything, Ricochet? Oh, hello. Well, that was a well-placed, TNT. Okay, so that's a pretty decent... That's an okay example of how to play ranged, right? It's a lot slower. You have to be a little bit careful. However, with all that knockback on there from the soul bow, or from the soul quiver, it just basically eliminates mobs from... How many blocks walked on? It just eliminates the mobs. You know, it just passes right through them. And that's kind of great. Alright, I did not get a lot of gold, which is fine. Or I should say emeralds. We did get a couple new bows. Nothing really to take a look at. If I find something interesting, I'll let you know. But that'll be it for today's video. If you have any questions about them, leave them in the comments. Brother, if you watch this later, I'm sure you will. If you got any questions, text me. Hope this helped. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.